You know, Voodoo Mountain really started as a group of guys that were just originally intended just to go out and have a good time. Yes, we have 5 musicians, including myself. So we have a drummer, my brother, Larry Guidry, he's the bass player. So together we're 2 brothers in a rhythm section, which is unique in itself. Somehow, some way, we've managed to collect 2 lead guitarists that actually get along with each other and that actually spiral on each other as they play, which are great for tunes, Iron Maiden, Boston, those kinds of things where you have guys that have to be good enough to play in harmony and do dueling solos and all of that. 2 guitarists that can play like these 2, Dennis Bradley and Jeff Pappenfuss do, together is really dynamic, and the crowd picks up on that. Our sound engineer, he's actually an aerospace hardware firmware guy that used to run Sound as Church. I've worked with him for decades, and he came over to actually test us out, fell in love with the kind of music that we were playing, and so now you have this very capable sound engineer that can rip the board apart and reprogram it if he needs to. Our lead singer, Steve Nuccio, met him at a Godsmack show up in Denver, sat right in front of me, and we started a conversation. His cousin was sitting next to him, and he said, "Oh, Steve's a singer. He used to sing in LA. Do you need a singer?" And as it turns out, yeah, we'd been looking for months, and here he was, just plopped right in front of us. Genre is a funny thing. When my brother and I, Larry, started working on the concept of putting together a band, we went through all kinds of ideas. We started back with 70s funk. We started with 90s, pop. We were doing Wild Cherry tunes. We were doing, Earth, Wind and Fire for a while. We were kind of all over the place. There was even one point in time when we were seriously considering just being a Godsmack cover band, right? Just a tribute band, which is in part where some of the voodoo from Voodoo Mountain comes from, was sort of that concept. As it turns out, in a weird way, my brother and I were, our family on my father's side is from Louisiana, so that just kind of stuck. Kind of the harder side of rock, not metal. We're not guttural screaming. We're not doing any of that kind of thing, but sort of covering the harder rock tunes. And we really do like sort of that genre, even though it's not as well represented today as it was, say, back in the 70s and 80s. So think of your Metallica, think of Disturbed, think of Godsmack tunes, think of AC/DCs, think of, if you were listening to, say, Turbo on Sirius XM, the songs that they play there, that's kind of the stuff that we tend to gravitate towards. We're starting to work on originals in that same vein. We've got about 4 or 5 different originals that we're starting to work in. I think we did 2 shows the first year. In 2025, we played 4. All of those were successful. Every place that we've played so far have asked us back, which is a good sign. We're already lined up for about 4 or 5 shows in 2026, and we're looking to kind of play once a month. So we are in that stage as a band, starting to break out and working hard to gain a following with the goal of probably doing one, what I'd call large show, where we'll travel to New Mexico, or we'll go do Utah, we'll go do something relatively close. I mean, we're staring at some venues in Dallas as an example for a potential road trip. Probably do one of those this year if we can pull it off.
All right. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Come see us.